Boeing is reaching 2-year low. So everybody's been asking, is this the right time to buy the Boeing shares? The purpose of this video is to take a deep dive and help you to come to your own conclusion based on all the details I'm giving you, whether Boeing should be a buy or not. Hi, welcome back. Let's get started. Boeing said it is going to lay off 10% of global workforce, and it is expecting steep quarterly losses. It is planning to delay the delivery of the 777X series. Now, that is going to impact quite substantially its revenue of quarter three. Let's go and take a deep dive and see where it currently is in terms of its financial status, whether it can weather this storm or whether it's going to get stuck for some time. Let's analyze the numbers. I'm going to share the screen with you. Just bear with me 1 second. So here is the Boeing stock. If you look at its financials, first of all, it was founded in 1916. And if you look at its financials, we will see quite a bit of issues. First of all, if you look at the cash equivalent, it's about 12.62 billion, and its debt is about 57.93 billion. So that is approximately 4.5 times, or even nearly 5 times if you round it off. But I would say 4.5 plus. So the debt is really 4.5 times more than the cash equivalent. Now let's go and check the valuation. If you look at the annual valuation, it's not that clear, but if you look at quarterly, you can see it's coming down steadily. And this is performing much worse than 2019 figures. Now let's go down and look at the growth and profitability figures. If you look at the quarterly figures, you can see the net income is looking negative for quarter two. Now it's going to get worse for quarter three. That is not a good sign. Now, if you go further down and analyze, it is primarily operating three areas: global services, which is about 25%, and commercial about 43.58%, and defense is about 32%. Now, majority of it is happening. Majority of its sales are coming from United States. You can see that is nearly 45 billion. That is 58%, right? Now, if you look at the earnings, quarterly earnings is coming down, and quarter three earnings of 2024 is supposed to be a lot worse compared to last year. That is quarter four 23. Now, it is not paying any dividend, so there is no rush for the investors to go for income, and dividend history shows flat. Here is the most serious figures. If you look at quarterly, right? So check out the debt. Debt is, as we said, 57.93 billion. Free cash flow is negative, right? 4.33 billion. And cash equivalent is 10.89 billion. So that means the debt is piling on every quarter at a faster pace. So if you do that compared to 2019, it's getting worse. And quarterly, it's getting even worse. And this is not looking good. For last 2 quarters, it's going to get worse this quarter. If you look at the financial position, check this out. Assets. Assets is according to Robert Kiyosaki of Rich Dad Poor Dad, asset is something that puts money in your pocket. Liability is something that takes money away from your pocket. If you apply the same principle to Boeing, you can see the assets and liabilities are getting too close to each other, which is not a good sign. And here, if you see in the long term, the liabilities are exceeding almost double to the assets. Liabilities, which takes money away from your pocket, is more. So that means it is going to be under sustained pressure for quite some time and before it can make profit or recover. So that is also not a good sign. Now, knowing this, let's jump in and analyze the stock chart. So I'm going to go to Boeing stock chart and analyze the stock. If you look at this stock, a few things stand out. First of all, it's been in a prolonged downtrend since 19 December. It's been going down, down, down. Of late, the downward trajectory has got steeper. It's like going down instead of going like this, going down even faster. So that means if it starts going down here, it's quite likely to go to 123 and 113 area. Now, for this stock to stop the downtrend, something has to happen. Let's observe the price movement. You see, for 3 months, the stock went sideways, then fell. Then again, it went sideways for some time, for another few months, then fell. So this is behaving as if that there is consistently bad news coming out of it. Now it has got massive resistances all the way from 177 to 208 range. So that means when price recovers, these areas are going to be very, very hard unless it's got lots of good news to break through all these resistances here. So first of all, this is a bearish sign. It is not looking great. If this should go down, it's quite likely to hit 123. Nothing is guaranteed in life, but looks like the pressure could take it, the momentum could take it down further. So if you want to consider buying this, something has to happen. What is that something? This stock has to stabilize. It should stop falling and it should stabilize for 3 to 6 months before we can even think of getting into it. But at the moment, price-wise, 123, 113 area seems to be kind of reasonable price for this stock, not at its current position. It hasn't stopped going down, and it has to first form a base and then start going back up and clear through all these resistances and go back up. So it looks like it's going to take quite a lot of time for that to happen, unless there is a magic wand that can make all that disappear like that, which we know it doesn't exist. So looking at this, Airbus is going to take advantage of this, and probably being a strong competitor, maybe Boeing could lose some of its business to Airbus. We never know. And overall, the delaying of the 777X series, it's also going to affect its income generating activity, which is not good news. So overall, Boeing is showing bearish tendency and it's not given any buy signal. So the best thing to do, as you can imagine, there is not an investment advice by a sell recommendation, but you can see based on the numbers we crunched, based on all the analysis we did, you can come to the conclusion that it is still got somewhat downside pressure. It still has to base before it can turn around. And I'm hoping that that is the conclusion you have come to. And as I said, this is not a buy or sell recommendation. And before I finish, I want to thank you for all your love that you showed in the last video. And I hope you will continue to shower your blessings and love so that I can bring to you more stock news like that and protect you from making wrong decisions, give you informed information for you to help make better decisions with regards to your investments and trades. So this is Sankar Sharma. Don't forget to love, like, leave a positive comment, and most importantly, follow this channel. Sankar Sharma signing off. Bye for now.